In this story, Gifts from the French Countryside, I'm Joanne Green. Each time I walk up the open-air stairs, indoor plants creeping between the steps, I fixate on the photo of Samuel, Marie's brother, whose brief life ended on a street in Spain, knocked off his bicycle by a speeding driver. His face telegraphs innocence, a trail of deep questions, his wavy brown hair and glasses framing his 20-year-old face. Eric and Noelle's home is filled with history. The toys their 4 children played with, a straw bassinet, leaves and stones picked up along the journeys, sculptures dotting the inner landscape, capturing moments, faces, bodies in motion. There's a quietness in the air if you listen closely through the bird chirps, the wind rustling through tree branches, the clip-clopping of horses' hooves on the other side of the natural fence. Noelle has allowed the grasses to grow wild, providing habitat and feeding ground for insects and small animals. The hares have eaten the strawberries she planted. Frogs are thriving in the tiny pond she created after digging out 25 wheelbarrows filled with dirt. A lily pad floats lazily on the surface. We will put a fence around the pond, she tells me, so that Luca will be safe on his next visit. Our youngest grandson will grow up in the U.S. and here in the Brittany region of France, where regional pride fills the veins of inhabitants and the butter is sweeter than any I've tasted. Last night we feasted on local oysters, the very oysters served to Danny last year at a high-end hotel in Singapore. The tastiest 24 oysters that cost merely €12 that Eric shucked and prepared to be dipped in the vinegar and chopped shallots assembled by Noelle. Each night we play a board game, laughing together, sharing strategies and funny ideas rather than sitting passively on a couch watching Netflix. The laundry dries outside in the cool breezes. Cheeses made from sheep, goat, and cow's milk, some from this region, have tastes that linger in our mouths. Will I be able to recall the flavors? Will I remember to select French cheeses at the market, sampling new ones, pairing them with special wines? I hope so. Perhaps I can capture the sensations and hold on to them. Watching Eric walk hand in hand with Luca as our shared grandson gains confidence on his own 2 feet. Appreciating the care with which Noelle prepares our meals and feeds Luca, spoonful by spoonful, speaking softly to him in French. I feel an unprecedented joy as Luca greets each of his parents and grandparents one by one, reaching out his arms and burying his face in each of our chests as he shares a loving hug with each of us before moving on to the next. He absorbs our love and feels very little frustration, it appears, at the tasks he's not yet able to accomplish. He waits and observes, studying each branch or leaf, each chestnut and acorn, each Matchbox car and Duplo toy that's been lovingly saved for decades. Noelle sees a large bee buzzing about on the window pane and reaches for her bee catcher. She then carefully traps the bee inside and shows Luca the bee moving about in the plastic compartment before releasing him outside. Protecting the environment is of paramount importance. You won't find any plastic wrap or tinfoil, newspapers, or aluminum cans. The compost pile is large and fed daily. Waste is shunned, energy is saved, the natural world is revered. I have much to learn, and my heart is filled with wonder and gratitude. Danny has found a family that will forever enrich his life, and Luca is so very lucky to toggle between 2 worlds seamlessly. Watching him grow, evolve, and discover brings deep joy and reminds me that despite the wars and famines, the greed and falsehoods, the rise of nationalism, and the loss of freedoms and safety nets, there is much good in our world. So much that is good. Thank Thanks so much for listening to my podcast. Follow it. Tell your friends. Let me know what you think. And also, if you haven't yet done it, check out my book, By Accident, A Memoir of Letting Go. You can order it at your local bookstore or order it now on Amazon as an ebook, a paperback, or an Audible.